So for us beginners, where do we begin? The ma'rifah of the nafs. You can go look at the horizons, I can't show them for you. But we can discuss the ma'rifah of the nafs very quickly, very quickly. When we look inside the mirror, what do we see? We see two eyes, we see a mouth, we see a nose, we see our limbs. We see all of these things when we look in the mirror every single day. But when we die, a certain realization is felt. When the soul departs from the body, you realize, oh, I wasn't this body, this was just a vehicle. In reality, I was a soul. And then a second realization quickly hits. And that realization is extremely painful. That you realize that an entire lifetime passed and you didn't even look at yourself even once. Not even once. You looked at your body, but you never looked at your soul with the eyes of, where am I? Where have I come from? Where am I? Where am I going? And hence Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam says, عَجِبْتُ لِمَنْ يَنْشُدُ ضَالَّتَهُ وَقَدْ أَضَلَّ نَفْسَهُ فَلَا يَطْلُبُهَا. I'm amazed at that individual who when he loses something, he searches for it. You've lost your car keys, you lost your mobile, you're searching for it like a madman. Especially when you have a distance to travel, when you have to go, when you have a path, when you're on a journey. I've come from London, imagine we lose our car keys. How do we look for it? Like a madman. But the Imam says, I'm amazed at that individual who when he loses something, he searches for it. But the fact that he's lost himself and he's not searching for himself amazes me. وَقَدْ أَضَلَّ نَفْسَهُ فَلَا يَطْلُبُهَا. I'm amazed at this. And hence the Imam says, مَعْرِفَةُ النَّفْسِ أَنْفَعُ الْمَعَارِفِ. The ma'rifah of the nafs is the most beneficial of all ma'arif. And hence the Quran repeatedly tells us to pay heed to our nafs, to pay heed to our souls. Surah Ma'idah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, alaykum anfusakum. O individuals who have iman, pay heed to yourselves, pay heed to your souls. La yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. One who is misguided cannot harm you if you are guided. Pay attention to this. It's important for our discussion. إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ جَمِيعًا. Towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is your return, all of you. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. He will inform you of what you used to do in this world. This is the first verse. And now we use the verse and we take help from the verse that we began with in the beginning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Hashr, Ya وَلَا تَكُونُوا. Do not be like those. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهِ. Do not be like those who forgot Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What happened? فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. When they forgot Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them forget themselves. This is one thing. You forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you forget yourself. Return back to that verse that we took the help of. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusakum. Pay attention to your souls. What did the verse say next? La yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. One who is misguided cannot harm you if you are guided. When we talk about misguidance and guidance, when do we talk about misguidance and guidance? We only talk about misguidance and guidance when there is a path, when there is a sabil, when there is a way, when there is a destination. Then only you talk about misguidance and guidance. What is the destination? The verse answers. It's beautiful. The Quran links with itself. Tafsir al-Quran bil-Quran. What is the destination? إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ جَمِيعًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the destination. What is the path now, Ya Allah? Alaykum anfusakum. Pay attention to your souls. Now you forget the destination, you forget the path. Let's say I'm coming from London to Peterborough. I forget Peterborough all of a sudden. As soon as I've forgotten the destination, I've forgotten the path automatically. You forget the destination, you forget the path. You forget the path, you forget the destination. I forget the path, I forgot the destination. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ فَأَنْسَاهُمْ أَنفُسَهُمْ. You forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you forget the self. You forget the self, you forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now you twist it. If you know yourself, you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مَنْ عَرَفَ نَفْسَهُ فَقَدْ عَرَفَ رَبَّهُ. Ayatollah Jawadi, whoever recognizes himself has recognized his Lord. Ayatollah Jawadi Amli says something very important. He says, min qabl, from before is hidden in this hadith. Whoever has recognized his self has automatically from before recognized his Lord. It is absolutely beautiful. Ustad Waziri Fard, in one of his books, one of our great scholars in Qum at this moment, he puts a beautiful analogy. He says, let's imagine someone is standing in a room full of mirrors. He is the only reality in that room. It is a room full of mirrors. He sees reflections in the mirrors, manifestations of him. When he is the ultimate reality, then when only he recognizes himself as the ultimate reality, then only he can recognize that this is a manifestation, a reflection of mine. But if he doesn't even recognize himself as the only reality, he won't be able to tell that this is my manifestation, this is my reflection. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only reality. What do we say? حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقِّ. That He is the ultimate reality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate reality. When you recognize a manifestation of His, meaning yourself, understand your capacity or human being, then you have automatically recognized the reality that is there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is ma'rifatun nafs.